Close your eyes for a second. A packed theater, one name on a poster, and suddenly, an entire city behaves differently. Not because of laws, not elections, not technology, because of a story. That is cinema's real power. And today we're decoding something rare. Actors who didn't just survive trends, they survived 5 generations of attention spans. And here's the strange part. Some of them became more relevant as the world moved faster.
50 years isn't fame. It's not luck. It's a system that refuses to collapse.
I'm Professor Edmund Hallberg.
And I'm Xerex Rovexen.
And one promise to you: no gossip, no controversies, no political fights. We're not here to worship stars. We're here to understand why society keeps needing them.
One thing people outside India often miss: India isn't one cinema industry. It's multiple emotional universes sharing one country. Different histories, different anxieties, different ways people look for comfort. So, instead of listing legends, we're going to travel. And as we move, something fascinating appears. Every region evolved its own survival logic.
Let's start where fandom doesn't feel like entertainment. It feels like ritual.
And once something becomes ritual, it stops competing for attention. It commands it.
In some places, a film release doesn't feel like content dropping. It feels like the calendar itself shifted.
Exactly. A Rajinikanth release isn't something people watch. They prepare for it. They decorate theaters. They plan travel. They adjust daily routines. Psychologically, it's simple but powerful. The ordinary man who becomes extraordinary. That archetype never expires.
And when anticipation becomes predictable,
it becomes a local economy. Food stalls, transport, theater owners, everyone knows what's coming. It's not hype economics, it's ritual economics.
But right next to that mass electricity, there's another kind of survival strategy.
Yes, the thinker. If one icon dominates through scale, another survives through curiosity. Kamal Haasan doesn't chase technology. He questions it. And curiosity ages slower than charisma. That's why he lasts.
And before both,
Sivaji Ganesan. He turned acting itself into dignity. Memes fade. Craft doesn't.
As we move across the country, the loyalty starts changing shape.
Yes. In some regions, longevity isn't built on spectacle. It's built on respect. Akkineni Nageswara Rao showed that credibility compounds, like interest. Slowly, quietly, for decades. And then there's legacy fandom, where people don't just follow a person. They follow what that person represents historically. You don't sell the film. You activate identity.
Now the tone shifts again.
Here, longevity comes from complexity. Mammootty proves that people don't always want perfection. They want recognition. Flawed characters feel human. And Thilakan reminds us, truth lasts longer than scale. Budgets grow, technology changes, but honesty ages beautifully. Then there's another kind of survival. Comfort. Ashok Saraf made comedy into social therapy. People don't just laugh, they recover. And Sachin Pilgaonkar? Audiences didn't just watch him. They grew up with him. Shared life stages create emotional inheritance.
Some legends don't dominate screens. They stay in memory.
Soumitra Chatterjee didn't shout. He stayed. Aparna Sen brought voice and maturity. And Sabitri Chatterjee shows us this. Longevity isn't about volume. It's about presence. Across other regions, cinema plays another role. Preservation, recognition, visibility. Sometimes it's about telling a community. You matter. Your language matters. Your stories exist. When that happens, loyalty becomes automatic, and industries become self-sustaining. Then there are icons who became emotional language itself. Amitabh Bachchan, Dharmendra, Jeetendra, Shatrughan Sinha. Different styles. Same effect. Recognizable faces stabilize uncertain times. When everything else changes, familiar personas anchor attention.
So after all this travel, one question remains. What's the common thread?
They weren't just stars. They were emotional infrastructure. When life sped up, jobs changed, technology shifted, pressure grew, people held on to something familiar. These actors weren't escapes. They were anchors. And people only realized that when the anchor's missing for too long.
And technology didn't erase them.
It scaled them. Theater to television, television to mobile, mobile to memes. Familiarity multiplied. And when attention becomes predictable,
money follows. Stability reduces risk.
50-year icons are low-risk emotional assets.
Cinema is not just entertainment. It is a psychological mirror, an economic engine, a technological experiment, and a cultural archive. These 50-year legends are not just actors. They are living timelines of India.
If you're listening from outside India, remember this. India is not one audience. It's many civilizations, held together by stories. And if you're listening from India, you already know. Cinema isn't something you watch. It's something you live.
If this episode made you think of someone, a face, a voice, a presence you grew up with, Part 2 explains why that bond forms. The psychology of fan bases. Why humans worship icons. Comment one word. Part 2. And as always, stay curious.